So welcome to Voyager of the Seas. So here is the ship model. So we're going to start with this little red dot number 3 that's down here on deck 3. And we're going to do the middle section here. It does not connect to the forward part of the ship. And I'm going to weave back and forth showing you all of the common areas here on board Voyager of the Seas. So we're going to start down here at the bottom and we're going to work our way all the way up to the pool decks and the sports decks. So starting with, you're going to come to Studio B. So this again is deck 3. And Studio B is where you're going to have your ice skating at. They do have it closed off right now, so I'm not going to go in there. They do free skates in there, so if you want you to go ice skating, your kids to go ice skating, you can certainly do that in there. If you're going to watch the ice skating show, take the seats as soon as you walk in the smaller section. Show up early because they do come at a premium, but those are absolutely the best seats. Otherwise, try to get down to the ground floor, the bottom by the ice rink, because you'll have better views there as well. This is also going to be your photo gallery. So they've got the touch screens here where you can see the pictures that you have taken, select the ones you want. And if you want to purchase a book or a package, you can do that. If you're a diamond and higher in the Crown and Anchor Society, you get a free picture. And since making these videos, one thing that's been updated is that they now are offering the digital option. So used to you had to get only the printed one. Now you're doing the digital one. Coming in here to deck 3, this is where I've been eating at today, or this cruise, I should say. It is a 5 o'clock and a 9 o'clock seating, I believe. I'll check the sign when I come back out there. But it is a beautiful dining room. It houses lots of people, and it is 3 different floors, as you can see. Try to get a window. If you're here for the 5 o'clock, try to get a window seat. You kind of get just assigned what's there, but if you want to talk to these wonderful maitre d's, they might be able to help you out. Coming back out, we're going to walk up the stairs. I'm going to try to not give out of breath while I do this, but I'll show you quickly. You've got over here, if you want to know what the food menus are before you come, so if you're trying to decide if you want to do specialty, if you want to do main dining, maybe the buffet, outside of the dining halls, you do have the menu. It's also going to be on the Royal Caribbean app, so make sure you are downloading that. So you do have first seating down here at 5, and then my time is actually going to start at 6:45 here for a short cruise. I am on a 4-night cruise. I don't necessarily recommend doing my time dining. I think that it's better just to go ahead and grab the normal seating time, make it easy on yourself. My time takes a little bit of getting used to. And so by the time you get off the cruise in 4 days, you know, it's not always a good experience. Coming up now to deck 4. So we are in Nassau today. So I'm going to take a quick peek outside, show you Coco Cay Beach Club. And it looks like you're also going to see them doing a tender operation here. So they are doing the boat drills. Nassau is traditionally where they do these drills at in the Caribbean, but you see over there where the new beach club is going to be. And you're going to have your smoking section on this side, lots of chairs. This is going to be the same on the other side as well. Coming back in, I'm going to cut through here on deck 4 and show you what all it has. So here is one of the main dining halls. So the second seating is at 7:45, so it's not even close. It is not 9 o'clock. It is 7:45. Coming back down here, you're going to see that, you know, this is the Voyager Class ship. It is the first of its kind, right? It doesn't have some things on it. Like here, you've got the tavern. This is their sports bar. So there is no playmakers on this one. There's no boleros on this one. So you just gotta know that those are not going to be here when you're coming. But it is a cool place to watch sports nonetheless. Our gallery has a dedicated space over here as well. And then you're going to have the Casino Royale. I'm going to quickly walk through here. It's interesting, they've built out office space over here on the left, which does take away from some of the casino. And you've got a staircase for easy access directly up to the promenade. So if there's ever an event of some kind going on the promenade and you're just trying to get around, that might be a nice little sneak way to get into the center of the promenade. Or if you're like me, you want to get out of the center of the promenade if you find yourself accidentally there. There's also restrooms. You see the ladies on the other side. These are very hidden in the casino, but I find that they're not used a lot. So if you need a less common restroom, those are going to be your best bets. Men's is directly on the other side. Schooner Bar is always a fan favorite. Looks like they're probably setting up for trivia as it is morning time here. And you've got somebody from the entertainment staff over there. Great time to come have drinks. They've got an amazing piano person that's been playing. So I have enjoyed hanging out here. Coming over, you see downstairs is the entrance to the main theater, the Royal Theater. We're gonna come up here and take a look at it from the balcony though. So I am on deck 4, that is down on deck 3. And we'll see if it's open. It is. So over here, we'll give you all a quick peek of what's happening here. They may have some excursions getting ready to go out since we are in Nassau today. But here's the theater. It houses a lot of people. One thing that I'll say is, they've got the bar down at the bottom. Would not sit in the front row because of that. I would take the second row and higher here in the balcony. But it is a good sized stage, you will see. Prime seats are clearly going to be in the middle here. So try to get those if you can. The seats have been pretty comfortable, but these cup holders are way too small for just about anything. Please do not put things in there because I have seen way too many drinks spill on people in the theater. And that's just not how you want your theater experience to go, especially if you spill it on the person beside of you. You may not know. So let's not do that. Bathroom here is a one-seater. So if you see a line here, go up a floor like I'm going to do. Come to floor 5 and you will have a lot more options. Again, that's more for handicap accessibility. And if you come up, you'll see the same men's restroom here, and it's going to have about 10 different options inside for you to choose from. So now we are on deck 5 forward. I just walked from the aft section of the ship on deck 4 all the way to the forward section. And we're going to come back here to the Star Lounge. And I'll come back and go into the Crown Lounge just after this. But this is one of the entertainment places. They do all sorts of events, activities. They'll have music in here. Family karaoke was in here, and it's a neat setup. They keep the blinds and curtains closed. Most things happen here in the night. And you've got a nice bar. If you want to come and sit in a stool, normally you can find a seat over there as well. Coming back out of the Star Lounge, I want to show you all the Crown Lounge. Now on this ship, it is in a little bit different of a location. This is also how Navigator did it. So you see that you've got some seating over here. You've got a window. The only window here, unfortunately, they didn't put it upstairs. Sorry, everybody. And the coffee machine that everybody loves. And your wonderful concierge who just transferred from the Suite Lounge down to the Crown Lounge. Coming back out, let's walk through the Promenade. So they are getting ready for one of the events that are going to happen on the ship. Family friendly kind of event. We bring the kids, they have a little parade. And it is a good time, super music. But do come early so that you can line up along the parade route because it does get crowded. You're going to see over here, you're going to have your coffee. So we're just finishing morning service. He's changing out the coffee for us. But if you want just black drip coffee, this is the place you're going to come to. You grab a cup, grab it, it's complimentary, it is free. However, if you're fancy and you want some different kinds of coffee, espresso coffee specifically, you're going to come over here to Cafe Promenade. This place does get a line. I would say before 7 o'clock is good to come here, and probably after 9 o'clock is a good time to come here. But they normally have 3 to 4 people working back there, and they are moving very, very quick. So the line actually goes much quicker than you think. And they're also going to have some pizza deck back here. This is your Sorrento's, if you will, for a smaller ship, where you'll find pizza on board. Over here in the blue carpet, that's where they're going to have bands oftentimes. So if you want to come and listen to live music, they had a duo of 2 guys last night that I sat here and enjoyed. That was super good. And you've got the Pig and Whistle. Again, every ship has a different Irish bar on it. This is the Pig and Whistle. I'll quickly show you. If you're trying to get a unique kind of beer on the ship or something a little bit different, not your classic American domestics, this is where you're going to come to grab those. Good morning. And they oftentimes will have, you see it set up for an acoustic guitarist traditionally. That's also going to be playing in here. So remember we were just down one floor and said that magical staircase that's in the middle of the promenade? This is it. That'll take you down to the casino or vice versa. You've got all sorts of shopping up here as well, from jewelry stores to Solaria to the port merchant where you're going to find your alcohol, your tobacco. They do have Hennessy White, which is one thing you can't get in the US, and so a lot of people do buy that here. But the prices have significantly gone up on it. I'll show you the advert for that real quick. It is 2 bottles for $120. No idea if that is a good amount or not, but that's the amount that they have on it. Coming to deck 5 aft, so we're now more in the middle of the ship, you're going to have your guest services over here. So you see they've got a little bit of a rope for a queue. If you have questions on your room, something's not going right, you have something on your bills, you can go over there and chat with those people. They will be able to help you out. Our bar here is your wine and champagne bar. So if you're looking for a little bit more of a fancy experience, they're going to have more sophisticated style cocktails that they will more readily make here, so you can come and check that out. It's also a really good place if you want to sit just to people watch and see the people come back and forth from dinner, from wherever they may be. So I actually enjoy just sitting here looking at the people. All right, so I'm going to cut up one more floor. There's not much on the next floor. So 5 is where most of the events are going to happen. When you come up in the middle of the ship, though, there's different locations in the middle that you can go to. And so I'm going to quickly show you 2 of those and walk the staircase with you. So the first is going to be your next cruise desk here on deck 6 aft. So if you want to take advantage of the pricing that they have, the onboard credit offers, she will be more than glad to help you out if you want to come and book your next cruise prior to getting off. A lot of people, like me, love to have a cruise booked before they get off their cruise. Got to have something to look forward to in life. So with that, they will absolutely be able to help you out. Coming up to deck 7, this is where you're going to have your card room or your library. Though I find these days in the age of Kindles, which is what I use, the library is more of a card room. People playing games, not so much reading going on. But they do have books. So if you do want to grab a book, they have multiple languages. And you see there's all sorts of card games, tile games that are going on here as well. All right, so I'm going to keep walking upstairs and we're going to pop out upstairs. So there's nothing between here and deck 11. So I'm just going to, through the magic of time, show up on deck 11 and continue the tour. All right, welcome to deck 11 aft. We are on the Windjammer is what I'm going to walk you through now. So if you're looking at coming here, we were in Nassau today, so you're going to find the schedule here. It's going to be similar for other days. Breakfast is the one where it gets pretty crowded on here, so I would advise you not to come between like 8 and 9 o'clock. That's going to be the peak hours, depending on the port. This gentleman just saw me shooting this again because I have my settings wrong. He's the washy-washy guy. Please make sure you wash your hands. We've been seeing an uptick in norovirus on cruise ships, so that is crucial. You're going to have a bar here, so if you want coffee, drinks, they can take care of you. This side is closed, so I'm going to walk over to the other side. You know I like to jump under a rail, but for now, I'll skip it. So you've got your buffet here. Similar to all buffets on cruise ships. Please, you see all this great food here at the beginning? Please don't stop here. Please continue pushing on. They have the same exact food farther in the cruise ship towards the back. So you just keep walking back here, you will see that there's even more food that you can eat. And it's the same stuff. So everybody's going to queue up back there at the front. Make sure that you come back here and you'll see that they've got a really cool layout. This is actually done a little bit different than the other Voyager class ships. You'll see that you've got your bar over here, and there's a floating salad bar over there as well. You're going to have your 2 sections here that are going to have the exact same kind of foods. So with that, you've got your prime seating is going to be by the windows here. So plenty of people do like to come grab one by the window. That's going to be your preferred seating. If it is busy, especially on like embarkation day. So when you get here for the first day, they're really going to be pushing you to not stay at your table the entire time. So they're going to want you to stay. As soon as you finish, please leave, because it is packed in here with so many people. And so it's just a courteous thing to do to give people a little bit more space to be able to eat. I can attest that the first day I went back to my room and ate. That's one thing a lot of people don't realize is you can take food out of the Windjammer. I don't always recommend doing that because it makes a mess and you got to figure out how to clean it up. But it is something that you can do should you not be able to find a seat in here, or you can take it out to the pool deck. Just make sure you leave it in an appropriate place afterwards. So with that, we are going to come back out. That was a very quick tour of the Windjammer. The key feature, make sure you go to the back. They're going to have everything back there. No need to stop up front. You're going to have complimentary water. And one thing I like that Royal Caribbean does is they're going to give you complimentary flavored water. So it's kiwi strawberry, it's fruit punch, it's tropical, those kind of things, which are pretty good. Coming now to the right-hand side, you're going to see you've got Chops Grill over here on the right. This is going to be your steakhouse. So I will pop in here quickly just to show you what this looks like since the door is open. So if you want a nice steak, I personally really enjoy the lamb chops here as well. You can come in here. It is a cover cost or an additional cost, but this is one thing that you have that you can come and eat at. Cool venue, especially if you have an anniversary celebration, something like that. Just want to do something special? Highly recommend it. You also have a Zoomy on this ship, which I think I missed downstairs. No, I haven't missed a Zoomy on this ship. Is in a different location. I apologize. You've got the ice cream machine, folks. Most popular on the ship. What flavors do you have today?
We have
Vanilla, strawberry, chocolate,
vanilla, chocolate,
and swirl? Ah, so no strawberry today. That's a tough one to find on the cruise ships, but every now and again, you'll find it. So you're gonna have a tight space in here compared to other Voyager class ships. The way that this is set up is a little bit different on the pool deck. So you're gonna have the chairs in the middle, you're gonna have the pools, but you're not gonna have loungers up against the window, you're gonna have chairs. So this is gonna sit more people, but everybody doesn't want a chair. So it doesn't always work out, but you've got 4 different hot tubs that are over here as well. You're gonna have 2 pools, and you've got the stage where you're gonna have your Caribbean guys performing and hanging out. And you're gonna have some eggshells, which are first come, first served, so you don't have to actually reserve those. And you've got your pool bar on this floor, sky bars up above. We'll take a look at it coming up. I often get questions on life jackets, so they do have life jackets on here as well. And as you see, they come in many different sizes, from children all the way up to adult. And if you want a towel, make sure that you are checking it out here. One change that they're really pushing these days is not getting a towel on the island if you're at Coco Cay. Make sure that you get it from the towel station here and then return it when you're done. There is a charge should you not return it. So whether it goes missing or whatnot, they will charge you for that towel. Solarium, always a popular spot. You've got 2 hot tubs, a pool. This is gonna be more the relaxing kind of place. It is 18 plus, so it is supposed to be an adults only section. And you can kind of see that as we walk through here, but a really good time there. We're gonna go up one more floor and I'll show you the views from there so you can get more of an idea of kind of where you may want to sit if you're coming on board. So now we are in the forward section of the ship, heading back inside. And we're gonna go up one floor. So deck 11, walking up to deck 12 now in the aft section of the ship, and we're gonna cut all the way back forward. So this is one where you exit by the elevators. The other ones, you're always gonna exit towards the sides. You got staterooms all around here. But as promised, you'll get a better view of the solarium, and you can kind of see where you may want to sit. So you see you've got chairs over there. It is a good time. It's quiet. They don't have any music going right now. It's almost, I think it's just after 11 o'clock. So there's not much going on the ship as everybody's in Nassau. You see other ships beside of us as well. Up above, I will call out, we're not going to go up there. They've got a sun deck. Interesting fact, they used to be the old topless deck back in the day. So if you wanted to go up there and sunbathe without your top, you could do that. Turning around, I'll show that there is a section up here. If you want to take that staircase up one more floor to deck 13, there's additional seating up there, and there is some shade. So it's a hidden little space. It's by the exhaust, so it can be a little bit noisy, but it might be a good place that you want to try out if you're on a sea day, and this here, for instance, is mobbed with people. You can also see the seats are really close here. So a lot of people putting their bags in the walkway. That is such a trip hazard. On cruise ships, people fall all the time, so I would really encourage you not to do that, simply because falling is the accident that I see the most on cruise ships, the way people break the most bones. So let's not unintentionally create problems. So I'll come give you one more view of all the pool options here. On the far side over there, I should mention, port side is always your smoking side. So if you want to smoke, that's where you can go. And if you look over here, you see the stadium seating. That is going to be for your suites and pinnacle guests. It is fully in the sun though, so that's the only problem with it. And you've got your big screen here, so if you want to see movies, that's a good place you can go. And you can sit over at the Sky Lounge there, which is my preferred spot, and watch a movie. I think it's a really cool area. And you want to be by a speaker. If you're watching a movie, there's lots of sounds, it bounces, people are talking. If you're not by a speaker, you're not going to be able to really understand the words as people are talking. All right, so we're coming back into deck 12. So this is where you're going to have Adventure Ocean. So I'm not going to walk you down there. So that's the kiddies area, but you can see that is where you can go. If you have kids and want to check them in, they'll be more than glad to watch them for you so you can enjoy your vacation. So one of the main reasons my twin brother, enjoys going on cruise ships is because there's somebody to watch the kids, and him and his wife can actually enjoy themselves for a change. All right, so now we're on deck 13. Looks like there's nothing here. Deck 13 aft. There's not a deck 13 forward. It looks like there's nothing here, right? Kind of empty. come around here and you say, oh, there's a door. Let's see what's back here. And there's a ton back here. This is your sports deck. Interesting fact, that sliding door there used to be an actual opening door where you'd have to pull the handle. This hallway, when at sea, creates a huge wind tunnel. So those doors would slam with the wind and break. So they finally replaced it, which makes a lot of sense. Pickleball on cruise ships, especially on Royal Caribbean, is becoming a really big thing. I see more people playing pickleball here than I have on other cruise lines as it is gaining in popularity. I'm going to turn quickly, show you, you've got a rock climbing wall. This is where you're going to check in for the rock climbing wall as well. So you do need to sign waivers and forms if you're going to do the rock climbing wall or the slides or the flow rider on this ship. Those you will need to do. You're going to have some hidden restrooms right here. So if you're at the sports deck, there's some restrooms right in there. You see some of the doors. And you're going to have your water slides, which a lot of the kids I know really appreciate and enjoy. And when you're in ports, make sure you're checking the hours of what's happening up here. Oftentimes you can find much shorter lines because people are off the ship. So you can come in here and have a much better time. See, there's the flow rider. They've got kneeboarding going now. We'll watch, see how good this guy does. Oh, the music's loud. With one of your activity hosts over there with the athletic department. And you're gonna have Voyager dunes here. So if you are looking to come and have putt-putt or find something to do, this is always a really cool activity. As I cut back up going forward now, because I'm in the very aft section of the ship. This is a place that I always recommend coming at night. I think that night putt-putt is just something fun to do. It's different. So I've always enjoyed it. Now I'm going to take you in the back door of the Suites and Pinnacle Lounge. It's really a suite lounge that they let Pinnacle members come into because it's here. So again, I'll show you rock climbing wall over here. So if you want to use that, you can certainly do it. But this is going to be the back entrance for the suite lounge. So if you want to come and sit and find quiet in the shade, especially on a sea day, this is a great spot. If you have access to the suite lounge, that is going to be Grand Suites and Up will give you this, or be a Pinnacle member in the Crown and Anchor Society. It can be a little bit noisy with the exhaust fans. And to get in here, simply press your little button and that will open it. So you now have your suite lounge, which is always very well decorated. You've got the concierge over here. And you're going to have some little goodies over here. The biggest thing, again, being the coffee machine. People love that. I personally come up here for breakfast, eat some salmon, get some fruit, call it a day. Junior, best concierge out there. And then always, see, I press this button, it is automatic. So if you want to exit, you got to press the button there. And if you're trying to enter the suite lounge, it is access controlled. You need to put your card to that little box there as well. So now we are in the High Notes bar. This is deck 14. Looks like they're getting ready for an event or activity. I'm going to guess it's going to be, oh, it's Make-A-Wish. So they have a Make-A-Wish celebration going on today. Looks like there's a check presentation. This is going to be the bar where you can come and hang out. More so outside of the evening. This is going to be a great spot. If you're doing sail away, it's a cool spot. But I'll come down here, get you some good light. I'll also say on sea days, it's also a really cool spot to come to because you're going to get beautiful views of the pool deck and everything that is going on out there and get a little bit more image of what I was speaking of earlier. So you can see the stadium seating for the suite lounges, the best place right there in the middle to watch the movies. And then directly above that where the Voyager sign is, that's where you can go to get some extra sun, if you will. Coming back out here, so this is a different feature on Voyager Class. It's going to be, you've got Azumi over here on the right. So this is the second specialty restaurant on board the Voyager of the Seas. You have your sushi bar. You can get all sorts of great stuff. It is not a teppanyaki. So you see there are no tables where you can do teppanyaki in here. So it is going to be exclusively, I think, sushi. I can look at the menu. It is a la carte, which is one thing I like about coming here because it oftentimes, depending on how hungry you are, can be cheaper than going to one of the other specialty restaurants that you have to pay for. All right, so that is a very quick tour of Voyager of the Seas, a full walking tour of a cruise ship And I had a blast showing it to you. As you can see, the Voyager class is the first of her namesake and is very different than many of the others that come behind her, missing a Playmakers, missing a Belleros, but that's okay. I think it still has a lot to offer here, even without some of those features and without some of the amplification that you may find on some of the other ships. It is a great time. If you can do one of the short cruises, those are my personal favorite, but if you want to come and hang out for a longer period of time, she's doing some of those sailings as well. All right, everybody, this is Brian, the Weekend Cruiser. Hoping to see you on a weekend cruise soon.